All right, so Asteroid City is a real think piece. It's an artsy, quirky movie that is one of the most intelligent films produced in years. So Asteroid City was not at all what I was expecting. I knew it was going to be quirky and fun and a bit campy. I don't want to give away too much here. I don't want this to have any spoilers in it because part of the beauty of the film is the experience of unwrapping it yourself. There are so many layers to it there. And there's my cat right behind me. She is very interested in saying hello to everybody. Hey, kitty. Who's a good cat? Okay, go down. All right, so I want to know what you think about this film. So as I go through giving my thoughts in this review, I really do want to know what you think about this film as well, because this is one of those films that it's just going to be fun to talk about because there are so many layers to it. It's a story in a story in a story, and there are so many Easter eggs hidden throughout. There's so many strands of thought and of meaning that just don't fully get realized until the end, but they're there all along. And so when you get to the end, you start realizing, oh man, I really get that. That was super cool. And it kind of makes you want to go back and rewatch the film. So again, I think this is really one of the best and smartest films that I've seen in a really long time. Asteroid City is one of those films that I think you're either going to hate it or you're going to love it. It's not kind of a walk down the middle. I think that if you really like campy comedy, you're going to love the film. If you like cartoons and live drama that's kind of cartoonish in a way, kind of over the top without jumping the shark, I think you're going to like this film too. If you love smart, intelligent social commentary in your film, you're going to love this film. If you just love dissecting film, if you're a film school student, oh my God, you've just been handed a gift. This, I can imagine this film being on the syllabus at every film school out there for a while, whether you're looking at cinematography or art or acting or story design. I think that you really do get a wonderful sense of all those elements of film. The thing about this film that I just was absolutely charmed by was the art and the cinematography. It is supposed to take place basically in the 1950s. And so it really grabs that 1950s vibe. What we end up seeing is this really interesting mix of um, kind of pop art, 1950s Americana art filtering through into the scenery. They also use colors, these bold, bright colors, this style from the 1950s era, but they adapt it to almost cartoon-like colors. And if you think about Looney Tunes, those cartoon-like colors that were so vibrant, kind of technicolor and cartoon. And so you really get this wacky, just wacky scenery that looks like it's straight out of Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. It's almost hyper realistic in the way that it's designed. It's not just real life, and it's not just imagined real life. It is a hyper realized version of that that is kind of over the top without tipping over too far. If Wes Anderson wasn't the director, I don't know how it would have turned out. He was really on it with this. He directed it to the T. He wrote it, he co-wrote it, and he directed it. And he kept it from tipping over. He kept everybody so tightly focused that you really got a sense of who these characters were, the absurdity of their circumstances, and yet you really understood how they got there and kind of what their motivations are in all of the scenes and circumstances they're in. And you never quite know if something just wackadoodle is going to happen in the next 5 seconds. And when it does, it's totally normal and expected. And you're like, yeah, that was totally on brand. You are going to find something that you can hang on to in this film. And with each new introduction of a character and each new A-list actor just popping up and playing this film absolutely straight. And that's the thing that makes it work is nobody acts like they're in a comedy. And they play it straight. And the campiness of it is like you're transposing the the campiness of the surrounding, of the setting, of the words and the dialogues to the straight man quality of the acting, and it just works, and it works really well, and it's just super smart and fun to watch. I think that you will really enjoy it. I know I really enjoyed it, and I think the biggest problem with this film is the marketing. Again, and I've been seeing this quite a lot with films lately, is they really don't nail what the film's about in the marketing. The things that they put into the description and the things they show you in the trailers are all there. They're all spot on. But that's like one part of the film. There's so much more to it. And I guess maybe they just didn't know how to translate that into marketing speak that would be interesting to a theater going audience. But I think the problem that the audience is going to run into is maybe some people are like, hey, I wasn't expecting this film. This isn't what I thought I was going to be watching. But I hope that everyone does give it a try because it is really interesting and thought provoking and will make you think about things in new and interesting ways. And it will make you laugh and giggle at absurd moments. And I think you're just gonna enjoy it. Because again, I think that the film itself is a bit of a group think experience. And it is really fascinating, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing what a lot of the different reviewers think of this film. I think you're going to see across the board people going, well, that was just weird and crazy, and other people saying best film of the year, Oscar nomination, and other people saying, yeah, it was really good, but it was mostly interesting in a film school kind of way or an acting class kind of way. But there are just so many fascinating facets to this film. And the acting is just superb. Again, spot on. The acting just never goes over the top. It's always right on the mark. And I think, again, that is Wes Anderson at work. This is a really great film. I think that he must have been working on this script for a while because it shows a maturity of writing, of filming, acting, bringing it all together into this realized moment. And I'm actually not sure it could have been filmed sooner because some of those film techniques they use, some of the technologies employed, I think worked so well in this particular time. It just came out beautifully. And I highly, I highly recommend it. I think I would actually go see it again. And I think that seeing it a second time will be like a different experience because you've already had that first experience and now you're unpacking and unwrapping some of that stuff you saw the first time, and then you see a whole new film because not only do you know what to expect, now you're seeing those Easter eggs and those threads they put into the early part of the film that you wouldn't have picked up on in that first viewing. So yeah, I highly recommend this film. It's a good time. I think that whether you watch it in the movie theaters on streaming, you're going to really enjoy it. But again, go to the movie theaters. They need your support. So yeah, go see a movie in a theater. It's popcorn. Get a soda, get a drink. All right, that's what I have for you today. I hope you like Asteroid City. I hope you like this review. please do leave a comment. I want to talk to somebody about this film. There's just so many layers to it. I want to know what you're thinking, and I want to know what I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to go see it again, I think. So yeah, leave a comment, hit subscribe, let me know you're here. All right, you guys, that's all I got for you today. Bye.